I don't think that the Lord and all of his disciples could have stopped the Lakers.
This team, this organization, this city, the Lakers are NBA champions once again.
Your drive is there to be the best.
The night and the championship belong to the Los Angeles Lakers.
You're now tuned in to the Lakers Source Podcast.
What's up, everybody? It's your host, Ranch G, with another edition of the Lakers Source Rumors Rundown. Hope everybody had a happy 4th of July. I had a good one. Got to see the fam. That's always good. Hope everybody enjoyed their time off, and hopefully you got to spend some good time with your family. If you would, please like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and follow me on Twitter at LakersSource, and I'll keep you up to date on all the latest Lakers news and also other NBA news and rumors. So, it's been a free agent frenzy over the past few days. A lot of trades going on, a lot of players got new homes, Summer League has started, so there's a lot to go on. I haven't really had a podcast or a rumors rundown or anything since the Paul George trade happened, so we're going to get into all that today. Kind of starting out, we'll start out with Summer League. Some of the young guys that are coming in this year from this year's class have already had really good games. Jason Tatum actually hit a game winner yesterday versus it was 2 days ago. That it wasn't on the 4th, it was on the 3rd, I believe. Jason Tatum hit the game winner against the Philadelphia 76ers. Markelle Fultz had 17 points, had a pretty good game. But Tatum had 21 points and, like I said, hit the game winner, so he looked good. Donovan Mitchell for the Utah Jazz had a good game. Bam Adebayo from Kentucky, who's now on the Miami Heat, had a really solid game, had like 29 points. So these young guys are showing out, and they're showing that they're the next cream of the crop of the guys that are going to be coming into the NBA. And now it's going to be Lonzo's turn on Friday to show what he's got on ESPN against the Clippers. So we're going to get our first glimpse at Lonzo, most importantly, but also we'll get to see Josh Hart, Kuzma, Bryant, all those new young guys we got to add to the Lakers. So it's going to be good times, exciting times. So we're going to have to tune in to Summer League, and saw that Bleacher Report actually had us rated as the best Summer League roster, for whatever that's worth. Still, it's going to be exciting to see if our young guys can go in there and really win some games, and most importantly, see how Ingram has improved. This is his second year. Ingram should really come out there and show that he has improved and he's ready to be more aggressive and take over the Summer League games at least. He should not have any problem going out there and getting points and rebounds and stuff, so hopefully he'll do well, and hopefully Lonzo makes the game easier for everybody. On some trades, like I said, the Paul George trade happened on last week, and that affected a lot of things in the NBA. That affected what Boston was going to do, affected what the Lakers are going to do, affected what Cleveland's going to do. It was kind of a surprise deal. I don't think anybody saw Paul George going to Oklahoma City. Nobody talked about that. That was not a team mentioned ever in any of the rumors or any reports or anything like that. So that just shows you how crazy and exciting the NBA can be. And I think that helps the Lakers' chances. I don't think Paul George is going to stay in Oklahoma City. It's a smaller market. It's not a 100% sure thing because he is playing with the MVP of the NBA and Russell Westbrook. And now OKC can actually offer him the most money because they'll have his bird rights. But I still think he wants to be a Laker, and the reports were that, even though he's in OKC, he's sold on Magic and Pelinka's vision for the Lakers, and he wants to be part of it. So I still expect Paul George to be there in the summer. And, sorry, Pacers, you got a crap deal. You got a terrible deal for Paul George when you could have just went ahead and traded him to the Lakers for a better deal or any of the other teams, but you just didn't want to, and thanks for that, because Paul George is still going to be a Laker, and we didn't have to give up anything for him, so congratulations, Indy. You're in full rebuild mode now. Another trade that went down is we saw Chris Paul get traded to the Houston Rockets. He was a free agent anyways, but I guess he wanted to try to help the Clippers out and give them something for his, departure. So there's some different pieces that went to the Clippers for Chris Paul. So Chris Paul is now on Houston. There was a 3-team deal that went down yesterday. It went down a couple days ago. It finally got approved or finalized, however you want to say it, yesterday, which is Danilo Gallinari to the Clippers, and Jamal Crawford went to the Hawks, and then some picks, I think, went to Denver. And that affects the Lakers because Crawford is rumored to want to come join the Lakers now because they're saying that the Hawks are just going to buy out his contract. So, he's 37, but he's still a good scorer. He's still a pretty good player. So that'll be good. That'll help the Lakers out. I don't know if that's the only backcourt move the Lakers should make. I think they should still try to get a Dion Waiters or a Rondo even. I know a lot of people are really against Rondo, but I think that Rondo would be a good mentor for our young guys because he plays hard. He's got a grit and a tenacity to him. He might have a bad attitude or whatever, but I think, I have faith that he's at a level in his career, at a stage in his career where he's mature and he's going to show a good example for all the young guys. And from the things I've heard, the young guys in Chicago loved him last year. They said he was a great leader and a great teacher. So that's what I want. He's great defense, great facilitator, and that's what Lonzo needs to work on as far as defense goes, and he'll only help his facilitating. Lonzo's already really good at that. Plus he'll give us some much needed depth, and there won't be much of a fall off whenever like Lonzo goes off the court basically. So that affects the Lakers. So we could see Jamal Crawford join the Lakers here in the next couple days. We were rumored to be really interested in George Hill. George Hill ended up going to the Kings on a pretty big contract over 3 years. Also, some other moves in the NBA. Obviously, Gordon Hayward went to Boston. That affected a lot of different things. I know a lot of second-tier and third-tier guys were waiting on that chip to fall. So I think we'll see a lot more movement with those guys over the next couple days. And I think that's when you'll see the Lakers actually start making their moves. I've had a lot of people tweet me and ask me, like, what's going on? Why aren't the Lakers making any moves? And I'm like, well, they're doing the opposite of what they did last year, which is jump in way too early and give bad contracts to players that don't deserve them. And I think right now they're sitting back doing their due diligence, trying to find players that really want to be part of this system, be part of the culture, be part of the team, want to help us win some games, because there's no reason to tank anymore. That tanking stuff is done, or that's over with. The tank is complete. Operation Tank has been completed, and so it's time to win some games now. And I think they're going to look for a couple players that can help us out and win those games. Patrick Patterson went to OKC. That was another deal that happened today. What I mentioned, kind of another deal. Otto Porter got offered a max deal to Brooklyn. And I think the Wizards are going to match that. So that's kind of some of the latest moves that have happened there. The Lakers, I think the next few days are going to be really exciting, and this is where we'll actually start, honing in on who we're going to add to the team. And I really think it's going to be some backcourt players. I think we'll get a couple guards. Don't know who they're going to be yet. I mean, like I said, the names where we've been tied to is I know we have a meeting with Dion Waiters. I think it's later today, actually. And I think that we'll probably meet with Rondo. And I think that if Crawford's bought out by Atlanta, we'll probably meet with him or just contact him and see if that is true about him wanting to join Lonzo Ball. Yeah, the reports said that he wants to come play in LA with Lonzo Ball, which makes sense because he wouldn't have to move his family or move anything. He already lives here and has lived here for several years. So he's got friends, family, ties, connections, everything you could ask for already here in LA. So I wouldn't surprise me at all if Jamal Crawford ends up doing that. Again, Friday, we got the Lakers Summer League game, so everybody be sure to tune in, watch that. Tweet me during it. We'll go over the analysis. We'll talk about everything that's going on. We'll see what these players have done, what kind of improvements they've made. Let's see what kind of improvements Ingram has made and what the young guys have. So that's going to be really exciting over the weekend, watching the Lakers Summer League team start. I think the theme, though, going back to free agency and trades as far as this offseason go, I think the theme for the Lakers is, their plans, it's all in for 2018. They're putting all their chips in the middle of the table, betting the whole house on the summer of 2018. That's why we, traded D'Angelo for that cap room, and why we want the flexibility of only offering these guys 1-year deals. That's another angle I didn't really mention when I was talking about Waiters and Rondo and Crawford, is that the Lakers are sitting back and, being very clear and telling these guys, we only want short-term deals because we want to have that flexibility for next summer and be able to actually get in there and compete with the other teams as far as being able to offer the most money and the best situation with having young, talented guys, and also the opportunity to team up with another all-star. So I think, next summer Lakers get 2 all-stars to add to the already talented young group we have, we'll be back, and I think that's exciting. I think we're only a year or two away from being back in the playoffs and back in the competition and competing with other teams. And I always tell people this. A lot of people have this attitude, or that they accept the narrative that, well, everybody's just playing for second place anyways because the Warriors, they're going to just keep winning. Well, maybe, but you also have to realize that our young guys got to get that postseason experience. I mentioned it earlier today on Twitter that Durant, Westbrook, and Harden aren't the players that they were today because they suddenly went to the playoffs and started competing. No, they lost to Kobe and the Lakers for a couple years. They lost to a couple other teams, the Spurs, I believe. And I know that losing in the playoffs isn't fun, but it also teaches these young players what it's like to play postseason NBA basketball. The postseason in the NBA is complete night and day opposite of what it is in the regular season. You can see teams like Cleveland who coasted the entire second half of the season, and as soon as the playoffs started, boom, they went on a big run, went 12-1 going into the finals. And I think that was, that's the nature of the beast. That's what it's like. When you go to the NBA playoffs, it's completely different than it is than the other, first 82 games. So I think our young guys need that experience, and even if we lose a year or two in a row in the playoffs, first round, second round, conference finals, whatever, they're going to have that experience before we take that next leap and actually start trying to win a championship. So we need to get to that point first. We got to get to the playoffs and get that experience so that when the time is ready and they do mature and they do have the other all-star help and all those other things, all the stars align for us to actually get in there and compete for a championship. Maybe Golden State loses a guy because of the money situation or whatever the scenario is. We'll be ready to jump right in there and compete and start winning trophies again like we're used to. So that's exciting. I think the Lakers are going to be back next summer. I think we've already put a really good foundation, and if Lonzo can really show that he is the face of the franchise, and Ingram has a big improvement this year, and Randall and all these other guys, then I think we're going to be in a really, really good spot, and I think that things are on the up. We've already hit rock bottom. I think this year as it stands now, without adding anybody else, I know we're going to add a couple free agents that'll help our backcourt, but right now I think we're going to win, 7-8 more games than we did last year. And I think if we add, Crawford and Rondo, I think that could go as many as 10, and if we won 10 more games this year, I think we could, that's looking at 36 to 38 wins. And honestly, if I've set my number kind of high, I want us to win 38 games this year. That's my minimum. If we can win 38 games this year, I think that'll be a success story to me. I know that's so weird to say as a Lakers fan, to only win 38 games when we're used to winning 40, 50, 60 at some cases games. But, that's the reality of it right now. So I hope to see a big improvement. Also, winning 12 more games than we did last year will show the free agents next summer that, okay, this team is on the up. This team's on the rise. All they need is me and another star, saying Paul George. So let's say Paul George comes. He says, yep, all the Lakers need is me and another star, and they're ready. They're ready to compete right now. So I think that's where we are, and we're right on the edge of it. So that's going to be really exciting, and I can't wait to see it, man. It's going to be fun. And like I keep telling people, and I know I see a lot of people on Twitter talking about, like, we don't want none of the bandwagon fans. If you haven't been here through the grind, through the dark times, just stay away in the shadows or wherever you've been hiding, because we've been riding through this tough process the whole time. We're going to keep riding, and we all have been frustrated. We've all had frustrated tweets. Some people were mad about the D'Lo trade. Other people were mad about not getting Cousins or not getting Paul George or whatever the case is. But it's all about this. It's all about the process and the evolution of a team going from full on rebuild after having such a lucky situation of being able to have an all-time top 5 great in Kobe Bryant for the last 20 years, really carry the franchise. Shaq came in and kind of sparked that transition to the Lakers' new era of Shaq and Kobe, and then Shaq left and Kobe took over and really, carried the franchise for several years. So we're just now getting past that, and we're ready to, move on to the next era of Lakers basketball. So can't wait for it. That pretty much wraps it up for today. pretty much wraps up anything I wanted to bring up about the trades. Be sure to watch the Summer League on Friday. Be sure to tweet me, and we'll stay in touch, and we'll analyze the game together if you guys are watching it, and we'll see exactly what our players are looking like. Really excited for it. I can't wait. I can't say that I've been this excited for a Lakers Summer League game ever. So, and that's what happens when Lonzo gets a lot of, as hype as he does. Oh, speaking of Lonzo, I did forget this. I saw that Lonzo and his family got a reality TV show greenlit by Facebook. So that's interesting. I don't know how to feel about that. I don't think it's going to be a distraction because, there's going to be a lot of distractions like that living in LA. So he's going to have to get used to being the star that he's going to be. If you're the star of the Lakers or the face of the Lakers, like Magic Johnson says you are, then, you're going to have to get ready for doing a lot of things like that. So it's going to be interesting. Maybe we get to see another side of the Ball family. They've already been on TV a lot, and I don't know if there's going to be anything we might not see other than maybe get to see LeVar in his natural element, meaning, being the dad, being the community leader that he is, and not always trying to, do something for marketing purposes or gain attention, just him being LeVar and being the good person that he is, and that most people might not know that he is, but he really is. He's a good guy, and hopefully we'll get to see that side of him and the family and stuff like that on that, so we'll be looking forward to that. But again, that wraps it up for today. Thanks for everybody for tuning in. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel, follow me on Twitter at LakersSource, and I'll keep you guys up to date on everything. Until next time, love y'all. Peace.